New season means new raid rotations, and we are going to go over all the most meta relevant ones you don't want to miss in December. Note that every raid boss we are going to cover in this video can be shiny this month, so if you want the shiny for it, it is worth hunting outside of its meta relevancy. But let's get into their meta relevancy right now, starting with Reshiram, who's in raids right now until December 9th with a raid hour on December 6th. Reshi has the base stats of 275 attack, 211 defense, 205 stamina, and a max CP of 4,565. He makes a great fire type attacker, ranked number 3, including Megas and Shadows, with Fire Fang and that legacy move Fusion Flare. Worth noting that he won't have Fusion Flare in these raids, so you will need to use an elite charge TM to get that legacy move on him if you don't already have one from when he was out last time. If you already have Reshis with the move, it still might be worth doing some raids so you can get those candies and candy XLs to power them up. Reshiram is also ranked number 15 in the Master League. However, you probably want the Dragon Breath, Fusion Flare, Draco Meteor moveset if you're going to run it in the Master League. Let's take a look at some of our top counters for the Reshiram raids. You want to use your highest Dragon, Ground, and Rock type attackers. Note that although it is fire, Dragon resists water, so they cancel each other out, giving you neutral damage there. Some examples of top counters include Primal Groudon with Mudshot Precipice Blades, Mega Rayquaza with Dragon Tail Outrage, Mega Garchomp with Dragon Tail Outrage, Mega Diancie if you have one with Rock Throw and Rock Slide, Shadow or Mega Salamence with Dragon Tail and Outrage, Shadow Garchomp with Dragon Tail and Outrage, Shadow Rhyperior with Mudslap and Rock Wrecker, Mega Tyranitar with Smackdown and Stone Edge, Mega Latios with Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw, and Shadow Dragonite with Dragon Tail Outrage. Now, any of those in their non-Mega and non-Shadow form will also work to fill out your roster. And if you still need a few more to throw in there for the raids, then you can look at Rhyperior with Mudslap and Rock Wrecker, Dragonite with Dragon Tail Outrage, or Terrakion with Smackdown Rock Slide, Rampardos with Smackdown Rock Slide, and Excadrill with Mudslap and Scorching Sands. Now, of course, you're going to want to Mega a Pokemon going into these raids with Reshi, and who you want to Mega depends on whether you want to get the most amount of candies or whether you want an attacker that's going to do the most amount of damage. So let's take a look at both. Personally, I would recommend going for candy for Reshi, Zeki, and Regigigas, because the only way you can get candies for them are from these raids. So generally, you probably want to maximize candies, unless you think you're going to have a hard time taking down the raid boss. Then go with a Mega that's going to do max amount of damage. On screen now, you can see the Megas that will get you the most amount of candy. Those are your Dragon and your Fire type Megas. So Mega Charizard X or Y, Mega Ampharos, Mega Houndoom, Mega Sceptile, Mega Blaziken, Mega Altaria, Mega Salamence, Mega Latios, Mega Latias, Mega Rayquaza, or Mega Garchomp. Now, if you want a Mega to help take down Reshi, then some ones you might want to use are Mega Rayquaza, Mega Garchomp, Mega Diancie, Primal Groudon, Mega Salamence, or Mega Latios. Note that Mega Rayquaza and Mega Garchomp are both good for candies and good for taking down Reshi with their Dragon typing, so they're definitely your best bet if you have them at a high Mega level, because remember that Mega level determines how much extra candy you're going to get from those raids. And the Hundo IVs for Reshiram that you're going to want to look out for during these raids are 2307 or 2884 weather boosted, that weather boost coming from sunny or windy weather. After Reshiram is Zekrom from December 9th to December 16th with a raid hour on December 13th. Zekrom has the base stats of 275 for attack, 211 for defense, 205 for stamina, and a max CP of 4565, so the same as Reshi. He's a great electric type raid attacker, ranked number 2, including Megas and Shadows, with that moveset of Charge Beam and Fusion Bolt. Again, Fusion Bolt is that legacy move. You will not have the legacy move in these raids, so you will need to use an elite charge TM to get it on there if you get a good Zekrom from these raids. And again, if you already have Zekis, you might want to get some extra candies to power them up. And in the Master League, he's ranked 13 with Dragon Breath, Wild Charge, and Crunch, so you don't need the legacy move there. And taking a look at the top counters to take down Zekrom in these raids, you're going to want to use your highest level Dragon, Fairy, Ground, and Ice type attackers. Some examples include Mega Rayquaza with Dragon Tail Outrage, Shadow or Mega Salamence with Dragon Tail Outrage, Primal Groudon with Mudshot Precipice Blades, Mega Garchomp with Dragon Tail Outrage, Shadow Dragonite with Dragon Tail Outrage, Shadow Garchomp with Dragon Tail Outrage, Shadow Mamoswine with Mudslap Avalanche, Shadow Excadrill with Mudslap Scorching Sands, Mega Gardevoir with Charm and Dazzling Gleam, and Mega Latios with Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw. And again, the non-Shadow, non-Mega forms will work well for filling out your roster. And taking a look at some of those top non-Shadow, non-Mega counters, that would be Haxorus with Dragon Tail Outrage, Dragonite with Dragon Tail Outrage, Garchomp with Dragon Tail Outrage, Mamoswine with Mudslap Avalanche, and Excadrill with Mudslap Scorching Scorching Sands. One of the nice things about both Zeki and Reshi is that there is a good amount of overlap between the raid attackers you need, so powering up things like Rayquaza, Garchomp, Groudon, and Excadrill will help you out in both raids. Now, in terms of megas, if you want to max your Zekrom candies, you want to mega whichever electric or dragon type you have at the highest mega level. Some options would be Mega Charizard X, Mega Ampharos, Mega Sceptile, Mega Manectric, Mega Altaria, Mega Salamence, Mega Latios, Mega Latias, Mega Rayquaza, or Mega Garchomp. If you want to mega an attacker, then you might want to go with Mega Rayquaza, Mega Garchomp, Primal Groudon, Mega Salamence, Mega Gardevoir, or Mega Latios. Again, Mega Ray and Mega Garboy work well for both candies and attacker. The 100% IVs are going to be the same as Reshi, so 2307 or 2884. However, the boosted weather is going to be rainy or windy for Zekrom. Next up, we have Kyurem taking over 5-star raids from December 16th to December 23rd with that raid hour on December 20th. He has the base stats of 246 for attack, 170 for defense, 245 for stamina, and a max CP of 4041. Now, he's not a great ice-type raid attacker due to the lack of ice fast moves, and it is outclassed as a dragon attacker. In terms of ice type raid attackers, there are a lot more that don't require raids to get candies, like Mamoswine, and they also have a lot less weaknesses. However, you might want to grab yourself a good Kyurem for the Master League, and maybe also one for the Ultra League, because in Master League he is ranked 8, and in Ultra League he is ranked 39. Your best move set for that is going to be Dragon Breath, Glaciate, Dragon Claw, that Glaciate being the legacy move, so you will need to use an Elite Charge TM, as he likely will not have that legacy move. And to get those Ultra League IVs, you are going to have to trade some Kyurems because of that IV floor from raids. So if you're looking to get a Kyurem for Ultra League, then you're going to want to find a friend who also wants one, do a whole bunch of Kyurem raids, trade them back and forth. In terms of top counters, you're going to want to use your highest Dragon, Fairy, Fighting, Rock, or Steel types. Some top examples include Shadow Metagross with Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash, Mega Rayquaza with Dragon Tail Outrage, Mega Garchomp with Dragon Tail Outrage, Mega Gardevoir with Charm and Dazzling Gleam, Mega Diancie with Rock Throw and Rock Slide, regular Metagross with that Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash, Mega Blaziken with Counter and Focus Blast, Primal Groudon with Dragon Tail and Precipice Blades, Terrakion with Double Kick Sacred Sword, and Mega Tyranitar with Smackdown and Stone Edge. Again, you can fill up your roster with the non-primal, non-mega, non-shadow versions of those, and if you still need a few more to throw in there, take a look at Conkeldurr with Counter and Dynamic Punch, Rhyperior with Smackdown and Rock Slide, Togekiss with Charm and Aura Sphere, and Pardos with Smackdown and Rock Slide, and Excadrill with Metal Claw and Iron Head. To maximize your candy gains, go with whichever Ice or Dragon Mega you have at the highest level. Some examples are Mega Charizard X or Y, Mega Ampharos, Mega Sceptile, Mega Altaria, Mega Glalie, Mega Salamence, Mega Latios, Mega Latias, Mega Rayquaza, Mega Garchomp, or Mega Abomasnow. If you want a Mega to help take down Kyurem, then some top examples would be Primal Groudon, Mega Rayquaza, Mega Salamence, Mega Gardevoir, or Mega Latios. Again, Mega Rayquaza on both lists, so if you have one at max Mega level, definitely go with that. And the hundo IVs for Kyurem are 2042 or 2553 with that weather boost, which is in snowy or windy weather. After Kyurem, we will have Regigigas in 5-star raids from December 23rd to January 1st with a raid hour on December 27th. This is the Pokemon with the highest CP in the game at 4913, but Niantic has really limited its move pool, and there isn't much harmony between the fast and charge moves, so it isn't particularly useful. However, you can get the shiny, so let's take a look at its stats. It has a base attack of 287, defense of 210, stamina of 221, and again that max CP of 4913. Like I said, it's not particularly useful, but you do want to know the top counters if you're trying to take down a Regigigas. As a pure normal type, his only weakness is fighting, so throw in Mega Ray if you have one, and your best fighting types. Some top examples include Terrakion with Double Kick and Sacred Sword, Mega Blaziken with Counter Focus Blast, Keldeo with Low Kick and Sacred Sword, Shadow Machamp with Counter and Dynamic Punch, Mega Alakazam with Counter and Focus Blast, Shadow Hariyama with Counter and Dynamic Punch, Conkeldurr with Counter and Dynamic Punch, or Lucario with Counter Aura Sphere. In terms of which Mega to go with, your candy options include Mega Pidgeot, Mega Kangaskhan, or Mega Lopunny. If you want a Mega to help take down Regigigas, you could go with something like Mega Rayquaza, Mega Blaziken, or Mega Alakazam with fighting moves, or Primal Groudon. Now Regigigas is all about that CP flex, so it has the highest CP when it's a hundo. So the hundo IVs you're looking for are 2483 or 3104 in boosted weather, which is partly cloudy. Moving on to the Mega Raids, if you don't have any of these as Mega, then you'll want to do enough raids to at least get the Mega Energy to Mega one of them. If you don't have the shiny, because they all can be shiny, you might also want to do some shiny hunting. And first up, we have Mega Scizor, who is in raids from now until December 9th. 9th. Now, Scizor and Mega Scizor can be very useful for new players in PvE because it is pretty spammy with that Furry Cutter and X-Scissor, and it does resist a lot of typings. But ultimately, everything that is weak to Bug is weak to multiple other types with stronger attacks and better base stats. So unless Scizor is one of your favorites, or you really want the shiny, just get enough Mega Energy to Mega one of them. And Mega Scizor as a Bug and Iron type does take 256% damage from fire types, so you definitely want to throw in your biggest fire attackers against Mega Scizor. Now in terms of Megas for Candy, you're going to want to Mega your highest Bug or Steel type. Some options include Mega Beedrill, Mega Pinsir, Mega Scizor, and Mega Aggron. If you want to Mega something that you're going to use as an attacker, then go with Mega Charizard Y, Mega Blaziken, Mega Charizard X, or Mega Houndoom. Next up in Mega Raids is Altaria. Mega Altaria will be in raids from December 9th to December 16th, and is a pretty unique typing because Mega Altaria takes on that Fairy typing, which means you have a Dragon Fairy type. It makes it the only Dragon type that resists Dragon type attacks. And it also has kind of a medium amount of bulk, so that means if you Mega an Altaria, put it in raids, it's going to boost everybody else's Dragon and Fairy types, which are two of the top typings for taking down dragons, and it should be able to last a decent amount of time in there, boosting everybody for quite a while. So if you have a lot of raid attackers in there, you're going to take down that Dragon type much quicker. However, this strategy won't work that well if there's only a few of you, because Mega Altaria doesn't really have the base stats to do a high amount of damage. Altaria does also have some play in the Great League at rank 61, and you can also run it in the Ultra League, and for Master League, it just doesn't really have the base stats to compete. There are also two Ice-type Mega Raid bosses coming out this month. We have Mega Abomasnow from December 16th to the 23rd, and Mega Glalie from December 23rd to January 1st. Now, Mega Glalie just barely edges out Mega Abomasnow as a better Ice-type raid attacker, with them ranking at 6 and 7 respectively. If you don't have one with good IVs for both of these Megas, then you'll likely want to get one, and raids are a much more reliable way to do that than wild spawns. In terms of their meta relevancy outside of raids, Glalie doesn't really see much play in the GBL. However, Abomasnow has some play in Ultra League at rank 34 and also in Great League at rank 84, but the shadow is significantly higher there at number 41. So you might want to get yourself some candies, and especially Candy XL for an Ultra League Abomasnow, in addition to that high IV Abomasnow for the Mega. But in terms of getting PvP IVs, you're more likely to get those from a Wild Snover, which evolves into Abomasnow, and that's just because of that IV floor on raid bosses. Now for the weekend Shadow Raid boss, we are going to have Zapdos for the month of December, so if you haven't got that shiny yet, another chance to hunt it. In terms of meta relevancy, Shadow Zapdos is ranked number 5 as an electric type raid attacker. Shadow Zapdos is also ranked number 26 in the Ultra League, but of course you can't get those good PvP IVs because of that IV floor from raids that I just mentioned. So for Shadow Raids, the IV floor is 666, which means the best you can do is get a 6 per attack and then high defense, high stamina. We have the Hisuians in raids, so Hisuian Samurott raid day just passed, and Hisuian Typhlosion and Decidueye will be coming, although I think not until January, so not this month, which means the only Hisuian raid we likely have left for this month is Wyrdeer. Now Wyrdeer is the Hisuian evolution of Stantler. It does take on a psychic typing when it evolves into Wyrdeer. However, I don't imagine it's going to be meta relevant in GBL or as a raid type attacker. So unless Wyrdeer is your favorite, doing these raids is really just about getting one for the Pokedex entry, and if the shiny comes out, maybe trying to shiny hunt it. Hopefully it's a 1 in 10 odds like it was for Samurott. That raid day will be on December 23rd, but that is about all we know so far. When they release more details, I will make a video on it. So subscribe for more Pokemon Go news, tips, and live streams. Hit the like button if you found this video useful. And if you want more Pokemon Go content right now, check out one of the videos on the screen. We'll see you in the next one, friends.
Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. I've got something incredibly funky.